Good afternoon. It is Monday, September 11th, 2017. This is your Island Blader speaking. Here's what's happening. First and foremost, of course, we all know here in America how important this day is. Obviously, 16 years have passed since the tragedies, the attacks on the World Trade Center and, Pennsylvania and the Pentagon. That'll always be remembered, obviously. I don't need to go into details about where I was, but if anything, it was in my first week of high school. Okay, that's how old I am. But anyway, you know what I'm gonna get into? Today's just one of those Mondays. You don't want to freak out. Your team is expected to tank, but like I said the other day, I want this team to win, and that's what I invest my Sundays for 3 hours into. Or lack there, or, when I can get to the game. For the only time, hopefully, this will be the one time that I, have to watch the Jets play through updates on my cell phone. But, from the sound of it, today's one of those Mondays where you just want to kill the coach. Because, obviously the players do the playing on the field, but it's just one of those moments where the coaching gets a big fat F. Because, when you go out there, okay, Josh McCown obviously, didn't do, a lot of his passing was dink and dunk. The running game couldn't get going. They only rushed for what? Not even 40 yards the entire game, something like that. I had to recheck the stats. Jermaine Kearse in his debut wasn't so bad, 59 yards, all things considered. But some of these decisions are just downright dumb, okay? The Jets lost this game 21-12 yesterday, and, in a game where the Buffalo Bills ain't that good, but the Jets just proved that they, the biggest thing, the one thing that this team prides itself on is defense. Now, 21 points, all things considered, don't seem so bad. However, when you consider the fact that LaShawn McCoy danced all over him all day, when you consider, how 6 points potentially was taken off the board by your own teammate, Justin Burris getting that pick in the end zone, taking it all the way to midfield or whatever it was, and, if his teammate, whoever it was, doesn't run into him, it's a pick six. But it turned out, regardless anyway, that there was a block in the back penalty on the return. So either way, it would have negated a touchdown. When you're giving up the big play over and over and over again, when it's basically gamesmanship on, how much, how field position is, But then, besides that, the coach, listen, when he came into this league, when he came into this, onto this team in 2015, we thought maybe we had some, despite the collapse. Ever since then, these questionable decisions, we saw it. Remember, if you all remember Week 5 in Pittsburgh last year in the fourth quarter, down 2 possessions, and what this coach did. Well, you know what? This one's even worse. Look, you're first of all, before I get into that, okay. You're down 14-6 in the third quarter. You get the touchdown, okay? You see the reason, but then you don't see the reason. You're thinking the way that this defense has been stopping the offense, you go all in and get that 2-point conversion to try and tie the game. At the same time, on the other hand, you still want to give the team a chance to win without risking going down by 2 possessions. So what you do is, that's right, you just kick the extra point. God forbid something happens, you're down 21-13, you're within a possession in case you can get down the field. Oh, no. Let's go for 2 in the third quarter. There's still plenty of time left. You're down 14-12. Oh, no, let's go for 2. It gets intercepted, and, well, that kills that. The Jets don't score again. Buffalo goes right down the field and takes the 2-possession lead. And once you knew the Bills took a 2-possession lead, you knew the game was over right then and there. You could just fold the tents now, game over. Because like I said, the way the sputtering offense was moving, you knew right then and there, once the Bills took that 2-score lead, they were dead. The Jets, they were dead. You know, and so much for saying, oh, and by the way, that spread, that 8.5-point spread that was being said, well, they just covered it, right? Right. You know, and then, of course, the biggest scrutinized decision of the game yesterday. Todd Bowles. I guess Todd Bowles has not learned his lesson from the Steelers game last year. How in the world, okay? Yes, it's 4th and 8 from your own 44-yard line. I get it. On a normal situation, okay, yeah, you punt the ball away. But when you're in desperate times in the fourth quarter and you're trailing by 2 scores, okay, and you have all 3 timeouts, you go for it. Okay, no matter what it takes, you go for it. You're near midfield. You know, it's not like if you get it, you turn the ball over and they're in field goal range. No. Okay? All you got to do is, you know, go for it. You go for it, great. If you don't get it, you know what? Hey, at least you tried. Maybe some Jet fans would have said, why did he go for it? No. The more logical thing is you go for it. You have to go for it in that situation. Okay? You're not down by 3-4 points. You're not. Okay? Instead, you're down 9 points. He decides to punt the ball and basically the game back to the Buffalo Bills. So you punt it away with whatever it was, 4 minutes to go, and then you give them the ball. You're forced to burn all your timeouts in the process, and you know, you end up getting the ball back. Great, but what were you accomplishing down 9 points? You know, needing 2 scores with no timeouts on the clock, no timeouts to use. Stupid. I said it yesterday, and you know, we shouldn't freak out because it's game 1. But you know, if anything, Todd Bowles, we all know, is on the hot seat. You know, when the beginning of this season is, I think the hot seat just got a whole heck of a lot hotter. Because how do you? I mean, that's got to be one of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen. I mean, it's like you just, again, it's like, oh well, you know, we could get him in good, you know, get good field position. Unstinking believable. That's unbelievable. The way your defense was bleeding out there, Todd. Okay, LaShawn McCoy, you know, Shady McCoy, dancing all over the place on you. You know, the secondary getting beat. The linebackers can't cover a nosebleed. You know, getting beaten on them routes, right? Right. You know, Darren Lee, we got Demario Davis back. Oh, God. Demario Davis can be a decent run stuffer, but you know what? He can't stop a passing route. He cannot. You know? So, I mean, this game, you know, you could point to any positive part. What? They scored a touchdown. Yay! That's your job. You know, we had that nice interception on the opening drive of the game where, you know, Tyrod Taylor was like methodically about to take the Bills down for a touchdown. Well, he made up for it. You know? Sloppy. You know? And honestly, you know what? I don't even want to know, like, with the Raider game next week. It's all going to be of how much will the Jets get killed by. That's what it will be with the Raiders. Derek Carr thrown to Amari Cooper. You know, beast mode going to go nuts on the defense. They're going to exploit what we did today. What we did yesterday with the Jets. That's exactly what they're going to do. You know, Big Cat, Muhammad Wilkerson, please. You know, I have Muhammad Wilkerson's jersey and whatever. But, I mean, we kept him because we thought he was the big, you know, we let Snacks get away to the other side of MetLife. You know, Sheldon Richardson, but, you know, he's a head case, you know, he's a head case anyway. You know, we let these guys walk. I was hoping, even after the 2015 season, I was really thinking that we were going to have a New York sack exchange. Okay? I was really hoping for it. You know? And still all we got is they're peeled apart, and the attitude is different, and, well, you know. When Rex Ryan was the head coach, the guys played for Rex. You know? All we remember is last year, the team basically quit on Todd Bowles. That's what they did. Quit. I mean, there was a few of those games where the Jets just looked like they did not want to play. You know? And the way they played yesterday. I mean, like I said, I mean, I had to watch highlights. You know what? The team looked like they wanted to mail it in. That's what, come on. It's one game. I know it's one game. And call me crazy. Call me crazy. I really, really think if Ryan Fitzpatrick were the quarterback, he's gone, whatever. Some part of me thinks he would have won the game. But then again, he don't have Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker to throw to. Jeremy Curley, didn't play yesterday. He just got to the team a few days ago. So, I mean, the Jets are just, my goodness. They're pains in the butt. That's what the Jets really are. I mean, for a team that, they're going to go to Oakland next week and get trashed. We know this. Oakland is the team on the rise. They've gotten themselves an established quarterback for the first time since Rich Gannon. I mean, they're a growing team, Oakland. They really are. They're very talented. And you know what? They're going to have their way on the Jets' defense. They really will. And as for the offense, you know what? Khalil Mack, up-and-coming linebacker. What's he in his fourth year now? Whatever it's been. I'm telling you, man, they're going to have a field day on the Jets next Sunday afternoon. And I get to watch it. Unless I'm working, well, at least I'll catch up to my DVR and just have to hope nobody mentions a darn thing to me about the game, which might be hard considering it's a 4 o'clock game and I get out of work at 11. So, for what it is, man, yesterday was just brutal. I mean, like I said, I want to see this team win. I do. But I mean, the way it looks, I tried to give Todd Bowles a chance. Well, games like yesterday mean I don't want him back. I don't. Because this guy, if you're trying to have these players not lose, don't mail in games like that. So if you think the players look like they mailed it in, the head coach went right along, did it. That's what happened. That's what happened. That being said, I'm almost at work. Okay, it's pretty much all I can say about this. With the limited, knowledge and viewing that I had with the highlights. So, like I said, the punting decision in itself alone should get Todd Bowles fired right then and there. I'm sorry. Week 1, give it. You know what? The guy's on the hot seat already. Come on. You don't do that. That's all I gotta say, man. All right. Anyway, that being said, the Giant Island Blade is speaking. I'm deucing out for now. Hopefully by next week, probably next week. Don't be surprised if I'm even more crazy. Don't be surprised. Anyway, deuces for now. See you soon.